Hi, friend or friends. You are joining today because you're looking for an introduction into essential oils and doTERRA, and maybe curious a little bit about these things and what it is that I'm doing in my life and how I'm supporting myself with all the many things that can come up, right? Lots of supports here. So that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about how we can live a vital life, what whole body health looks like. You're going to hear me use that term a lot, whole body health and total well-being. So really looking at our life force vitality, what moves through us and keeps us healthy, and how we can support that best, what tools can come in to actually allow that life force to work at an even amplified pace or value, if you will, speed as well as the quality of what you're going to receive in your body. So I share this because it's completely changed my life. When doTERRA came into my world, I was traveling, and I was actually mid-travel on a vacation to Nicaragua, and I got food poisoning in the airport, and I got really sick. And that was my first time using the oils. I actually used peppermint and a blend that they call Digesten, and I breathed them in, I put them on my belly, and I started to feel a difference really dramatically, really, really dramatically. And while on the trip, I again engaged with the oils in some ways that really supported me with allergies and some reactions that can come up when you're in a new country eating foreign foods, and anything new things can sometimes feel like threats to our body, so they can actually indicate those types of responses as if it were a toxin or something like that, because we are in fight or flight. And I found huge success with the oils while experiencing that fight or flight in travel. So they spoke to me. So I came home, I started with my kit of oils. I enrolled right away because we got back from the trip, and having one day without the oils, I called up my friend and I was like, okay, let's sit down. And she's like, okay, I have time at the end of the week. And I was like, no, we need to sit down today. I need oils ASAP. And so we did that, and I got a collection, and I was still working in an office at that point. I was traveling, doing conventions and trade shows, and I was using the oils to support myself, and they showed up in some really big ways during that work experience. And I then found myself at a point where I made a decision to leave the office job, and I brought my attention and my focus into my energy practice, into a Reiki practice that I have. And since then, that practice has transformed even more into incorporating the oils. And now really my focus is doTERRA's oils, because I think these products are necessary if you want to live a vital life. I really think they support that and promote it. And there's really no way to harness these essences, these powers, these plant materials from all over the world in any other way that's going to be, better than organic like these oils are, which is just so superior to what's out there. Oils and herbs, and, because I've done a lot of work with Chinese medicine and herbs and all of these different modalities. And there's really a time and a place for every single one, including modern medicine. And so that's why today I'm going to share these tools. Everything I share, though, is integrative. So when you start with the oils, when you work with me, we work with where you're at. So we take where you're at, and that's your baseline. That's your whole body health baseline. That's your reality in this moment. And so we acknowledge that. We say, what's going on? And I ask a lot of questions. That's the only way I can do my job and do this work, is share the knowledge that I know, and then hold space to ask questions and really receive from you, because just like me, I know my body best, better than anyone else in this world, better than any freaking thing. I know my body best. And that's the same with you. You know your body best. So the best way for me to support you, and for me to help you find the tools that fit your needs and what you're actually desiring to feel inside your body or to improve, I need to ask questions. I need to know your truth. I need to know your reality. So I hope that through this presentation, take notes of your truth. Take notes of the things that show up in your body and are a part of you. So get a pen and get some paper, put the date down, and just write like notes for Sara. And like, I just want you to scribble, take notes, do whatever comes out of you as this is going on. And then take a picture of that and share it with me, please. Because that right there will be the blueprint to your success, to your body's transformation. And when I say transformation, like, I do change big. So you're choosing in for change, and we will have change if that is truly what you desire. You can also have as little change and as big change as you want, you know, and we can call it a different word if that feels better for you too. Transformation, change, slight shift, new decision, new experience, you know, curiosity, like whatever you want it to be, it can be that. And that's the beauty of these oils. You know, for me at first, it was a lifestyle experience, although it was not even a lifestyle. It was very slow. I had them on me. The smell really eased anything going on mood related, and that's how I was using them. And then I transitioned into using them more for physical needs in my body, you know, as I learned a little bit more from an amazing resource, which I actually don't have one right near me, but it's called the Modern Essentials book. You know what, actually, I'm going to go grab it, and you get yourself pen and paper and a glass of water. And if you have doTERRA oils, go grab them at this point too. Only doTERRA, though. We're going to refrain from using any other oils during this presentation. All right. So this is, well, it's reversed, but this is the Modern Essentials book. And it is a jackpot of information. So when I got my oils, I got this, and that's what really helped me with how to use them physically for my body. And then I have this other book that I use, the Emotions and Oils book, and that's really helpful for using them for emotional support as well. You know, so we have these resources that provide you the knowledge so you can support yourself best. And that's the beauty of these tools, is they're all about empowering. So I was saying, I started out with that lifestyle, using them emotionally, shifted into using them physically for my body, allergies, depression, which was kind of mood related, but also started really using them for my brain, for depression, you know, that baseline health, those patternings that are in our brain, started using them for that. Anxiety, you know, just really a lot of things. I have scoliosis, so a lot of the stuff going on in my muscles and in my back and my bones, you know, like a lot of self-care. And the oils really showed up in big ways, especially for someone who refrains from taking, you know, Advil or aspirin, although those things can be supportive, you know. So you do what your body is asking for, and you offer it new experiences, so then it can just have a variety of things, and you can start to find stuff that works for you. You know, no more are you being told there's no solution. Like, there is a total solution for your body, and it's simply allowing yourself enough of creative expression, enough of a base, enough of exploration to discover what that solution is. And that's what we're here. So this is totally an adventure. It's a journey. And I'm so excited that you're here to journey on this with me, you know? And we're going to get started. We're going to, oh, well, I totally didn't even finish that. So I was living the doTERRA with the emotional and the physical support. And then I started really living it by doing the business. And that occurred for me after attending doTERRA's convention, which happens once a year. It's for customers. It's for anyone. So I went as a customer, and that just shifted. I saw what the company does for humanitarian rights and just what they do throughout the world and within the US. And it spoke to me deeply. It really did. It resonated with a lot of things that are true to my heart. And I instantly kind of saw how doTERRA could be my funnel, could be this opportunity for me to share things that mean a lot to me. You know, I really love energetic tools. I love tapping. I love the things that we can gift ourselves to just do with nothing else. You know, like the tools where they're literally just right here, always with us. For me, the oils bring in this physical element. They bring in this language that speaks to the physical body. So when we're doing all this energetic work, the oils really help us ground that in, and they just help things move and shift so much quicker because they're just so potent and powerful. And I'm going to share all that now. We're going to talk about that now. So what I'm going to be working from a majority of this class, well, this whole class, is we're going to be going through the Natural Solutions handout. And so I'm going to pull it up. I'm going to share my screen so you can see it on my screen. I also shared a link. If you're watching this on YouTube, then there's a link below that has, we'll get to this. This is the enrollment form. Oops. But there's a link below the YouTube video to get to this so that you can download it if you want it hard copy in front of you. Really though, like I said, if we meet in person or when we talk, I can get you a hard copy of this. So just get your pen and paper and just, write down your notes as we're going through it. And any questions that arise too, because this is a recorded view, I know. So any questions that come up. And I have one question to start, and I want you to free write or draw whatever comes out of you on your paper. Do you need natural solutions for healthy, empowered living? And I want to know your truth. So tell me your truth. How does that make you feel? Do you need natural solutions for healthy, empowered living? Are you like a hell yeah? Or are you like a natural solutions? What are those? Like put it down there. Let's see the little faces that come up. I'm excited to see these papers later. So just moving down the sheet, throughout history, natural solutions have sustained health and wellness. So thinking, how has your family used natural solutions in the past? Maybe you have some memories of having ginger and hot water to settle your stomach, or, chewing on a peppermint leaf. There's so many different ways that we've already kind of integrated this plant medicine into our lives because it's been around. So it's like when we go down the ancestral line, it's what they know at the base. It's what they knew before modern medicine. And we're just allowing it now to integrate. Rather than having this separation of you need to choose modern medicine or natural solutions, we're allowing them to play together. We're allowing them to both support our bodies. We can gain from all of it, right? We can learn from all of it. So looking at this timeline, you can see 3,500 BC, okay, they've been around for a while, right? Reading over, Egyptians used plant extracts for health, cosmetic, and religious purposes. So they're using these plant extracts, these oils already for a really wide range of things. Hippocrates, anyone recognize that name? He was the father of modern health, and he used plants with his patients. So that's in 460 BC. So he was using what he had. He was using what worked, what continued to work. Frankincense and myrrh is something that a lot of us know about because it was given to the Christ child. So again, these holy gifts, and frankincense and myrrh, two things that we now have access to in oil form, a very potent form, were given to the Christ child. I believe they were given in resin form, which is actually where we extract the oil from. So very cool. And then we have my I'm gonna so embarrass my French lineage right now, but Jean Valnet, we'll go with, used oils on soldiers in 1943. And that was, I believe he was using lavender, and they discovered it by accident. It was someone had a burn actually in the big facility where they were creating this perfume or this lavender spray. And they took their burn and they just stuck it in the big vault of lavender oil that was sitting there, and the burn just rapidly healed. So then they were like, oh, we got to use this. And of course, in France, you have all that lavender production there. So it worked out really well for them. And so now in 2008, doTERRA came together and they formed co-impact partnerships with growers around the world to protect agricultural traditions and provide the most potent essential oils today. So this is the really beautiful part. Is in 2008, doTERRA came in and they're like, this is amazing. These oils have been used for generations. They've been used around the world. They're intelligent to our body's chemistry, which I'll go into in a little bit. Our bodies just are naturally receiving these natural solutions. They flow together. ebb and flow together. And so doTERRA looked at it and they were like, how can we, harness the power of these people who know what they're doing, who know how to grow, and offer them, even more. So again, it's similar to what I'm now doing with the oils. You offer education, you ask people what they need, and you meet them where they're at. And that's what doTERRA chose to do. So they chose to go into these countries. A lot of them are developing countries, and they chose to make partnerships with the locals. So of course they work through all the branches. They work through the governmental branches, but they get to that baseline and they're talking directly to the growers and harvesters. They're working with their employees. They're working with the people there to kind of cultivate this community and this growing style. And then they're bringing in the tools that are needed by the people, which is really beautiful. They're asking, what do you need, rather than saying, hey, we did this over here in Kenya, we're going to come over here in Nepal and do the same exact thing, because that makes sense, right? No, totally different situations. So they meet people where they're at, and that's beautiful. And it then allows us to have access to all of these really amazing oils, like something like frankincense that's coming from Africa, where the trade can actually get really nasty, and they've had a lot of issues over there with it. doTERRA has actually brought the ability to bring all of those harvesters together. So for the first time in history, they sat down at a table together and conversed. And that's unbelievable. And they continue to meet. So just the way that they're bringing these tools, even the ones that are lifestyle relationship tools, to other countries is really, really nice. And they started that in 2008. Of course, now they've been around for some years, still not really even that old, not even 10 years yet. But they've done so much. And you can see the little over here with the wild orange bottle picture. It says, doTERRA's Gifts of the Earth empower 3 million plus homes. This is actually outdated, so it's a lot more than that now. I don't know the exact numbers. And research continues to support the use of essential oils for wellness. So not only are they giving back and working with the natural needs of these people that they're working with, they're also giving back to the research. So they're making sure that education about oils is still being cultivated, and they're doing tests with scientists, with a lot of professionals in the modern medicine industry to really make this something that's communicative and expansive for all, rather than limiting or bringing up fear in others. They're working together, and that's so beautiful. And here they have a picture of wild orange, which if we were all together, I'd share some wild orange with you. Wild orange is extremely uplifting and energizing. What I would have you do is so if you have wild orange, you can do this right now. I'd have you put your hand out and then hold the bottle and let a drop fall out. Citruses move really quickly, so it would come out pretty quickly. And then you would rub your hands together, create a cup with your hands like that, or you could do a smaller one if you want. And the hands together like that, and bring it up to your nose and take in 3 or 5 deep breaths and just breathe it in. And then you could rub it on the back of your neck. The spine's a great way to get it into your system. Overall, though, that's going to energize you. It's going to uplift you mood-wise. It's going to be really beautiful for your soul. It's going to make you feel abundant and prosperous. And wild orange is one where you breathe in and it takes you right to that sunshine that the orange receives. It really does, that smell. The wild orange oil itself actually comes from the rind of a fruit. So, you might have maybe taken an orange rind and played with it a little and breathe that in. That's what you're getting. And of course, this wild orange is coming from, a place that's indigenous to the plant, to the tree. So it's going to be really high value. So why are people turning back to the earth for solutions? Maybe take a break and do another little emoji type thing on your paper. Why are we turning back to the earth? We're going to talk about that now. We're turning back to the earth because we want natural solutions. We want things that we know what we're putting in our body, right? We've realized what toxins can do, and we're aware. So we want natural solutions now. We also want effective solutions. We don't want to be consuming large amounts of herbs or taking these massive supplements or doing anything crazy, right? We want to keep it effective and simple, and we want it to be safe. That's the whole point of going to the natural solutions, is making sure it's safe in what we're putting back into our body. And that's where it gets really crazy, because there aren't many guidelines out there. So a lot of things can say natural, 100% pure. Organic is one where there are standards, but that 100% pure, 100% all natural, like those are things you need to look out for on the store. Those labels mean nothing, literally nothing. Okay. So be aware of that. Please do your research, because especially if you're making a shift and it's something that's medicine related, just think about like prescription drugs and things like that. You don't go to the grocery store and just choose what it is you think you need and buy it and start taking it. You seek a doctor, you get support. And so that's what's important with oils, with anything that you're doing. If you're using homeopathic medicine, get the advice of a professional. If you're using essential oils, get the advice of a professional, because you can misuse these things. And that's the last thing we want. We want it to be safe. We want it to be effective. So let's be smart about it and learn the knowledge. And that's what you're doing right now. So congratulations. You're already doing it. You're on the perfect path. And we're going to talk about these things now. So then you'll know how to use them, and you're going to have all the knowledge that you need to feel comfortable, as well as the ability and the resources to gain more as you need it and when you're ready for it. This is a lot that we're going over today and that we've already talked about. So move at your pace and know that everything that I'm sharing is stuff that I can always share again. And that's where the communication and the conversations can be really great, because I'll meet you where you're at and we'll have fun from there. So natural, these essential oils are natural. Essential oils are natural aromatic compounds extracted and distilled from plants for health benefits. So we talked about where the orange comes from. It comes from the orange essential oil. It comes from the orange peel. And that's the same with all the citruses. They're cold pressed. They come from the rind. This right here in this image is a peppermint leaf. So we can see the green peppermint leaf, all vibrant and beautiful. And then we see this magnified image where we have some purple, and then the white. The white is a peppermint leaf oil sac. So what they're doing is they're magnifying one of those peppermint leaves right there, so we can see the oil sac itself. So the oil sac is where we're extracting the oil from, right? So with peppermint leaves, they use, it's a distillation process. And so they remove the oils with water and evaporation. And it's a very cool visual diagram I can share more of if you're interested in it. So these oils, because they're coming in that form, and we see how small that is on the leaf. So it's potent. It's supercharged potency. It's 50 to 70 times more powerful than herbs. And to bring this to light, let's just think about 28 cups of peppermint tea. And I want you to really visualize that. I think in a box of tea, they have something around 28, maybe less cups. So a whole box of teas all sitting there on your counter, 28 cups. So you could think of a month, a cup for each month, right? If you're looking at a calendar visually. 28 cups of peppermint tea is equivalent to 1 drop of peppermint oil. So that's how powerful it is. That's where, because in the herb form, you're getting this dry herb where a lot of the oils already, it's volatile. It's already gone off into the air. It's dissipated. So there's not even really much, if anything, there. And even when you're using a fresh herb, that's why we crinkle up leaves or herbs when we're cooking, because we get the oil from it. That's how we enact the oil and receive it in our cooking. So there's not much in those peppermint teas. So when you're sick and have an upset belly, think about when you've had peppermint tea and maybe it's supported you, or maybe it's helped you a little. Now imagine having a drop of peppermint oil in a cup of hot water. First off, you're getting this aromatic steam experience that's going to instantly change any nauseous feelings you have. It's going to go into your brain and shift your mood and the experience that you think you're having. And it's going to also, because it's going to oxygenate, so it's just going to open everything up. So it's going to allow ease and movement and this really beautiful cooling feeling. Because peppermint is all about being cool, staying alert. It relieves feelings of tension. Any areas where we feel I need to control this, peppermint is great. It's about having a buoyant heart. It promotes digestive health. It promotes healthy respiratory function. So a lot of uses. Peppermint's really a staple when it comes to the oils, with just, a variety of ways to use it and things that it can support. Ultimately, though, thinking cool, stay alert, relieving tension, promoting healthy respiratory function, opening up, and promoting digestive health, so easing any nausea or discomfort there. And when you use 1 drop of peppermint oil, so think of when you've had some food poisoning, something like that, you use, some peppermint oil, and that's 8 cents for 1 drop. So I want you to think about a recent experience you had, maybe medical or just physical, and think about what the toll that took on your life. Think about how that showed up for you and what things shifted. And then think about what that cost you, as far as physical cost and as far as just overall health cost, right? Like, our time is money. Our time is our value. So these oils are affordable. They're pennies per dose, which is really beautiful, and they're effective. So we're going to jump into this middle column here that's effective. And we've already talked a lot about this, the modern approach versus the natural approach as far as medicine, because at the beginning I opened and I said whole body health. You're going to hear a lot, right? I don't think I've said it that much. We're going to say it a lot more. It's your baseline, your foundation that we're looking at, right? So this first one here where it says modern approach, you can see the triangle is pointed downward. It's really hard for a triangle to stand like that for long periods of time, right? When it is like this, it's a little draining. And this whole approach is coming from the perspective of looking at the symptoms. So looking at what's coming up for you, right? That's an issue, we're going to treat it. That's an issue, let's figure out something for it. That issue, let's take care of it. There's never really a conversation about what's below it. Why is that symptom showing up? Why does it continue to show up? Why is it still there, right? So over time, that root is just kind of there and it's graining in, and these symptoms are building on top of it. And that's why our physical health over time can deteriorate because of the way that we're moving. Probably more a downward spiral if that's the case. So the natural approach is about looking at that root cause. So when symptoms show up, we look at them and we say, okay, what can we do so you can have immediate relief, so you can have immediate support, and your body can start to heal itself, right? Do its natural processes for that whole body health. So it's all about providing your body the tools to come into homeostasis and heal itself. And so right away, when you take that approach to medicine or to health, that whole body health approach, when your goal is to bring your body into homeostasis or into alignment so it then can support itself, you're giving it the opportunity to complete that process, to process fully through whatever that root cause is, right? So rather than treating the symptom and kind of ignoring the root, just being like, all right, we got this fixed for now, we're good. And then a week later, you have another migraine, and then the migraines become more frequent, or whatever it is that's showing up for you. We all have, our body gives us different signs depending on what we need to hear. So this natural approach is looking at this root cause. It's our focus, it's our intention, because we know that if we provide whole body health, we're just going to live a really long, happy life of vitality, right? We're going to be in this upward spiral rather than being pulled down and feeling like we're constantly being compressed or unsupported, right? So we're offering these supports, and that's why you're here today. These oils can support you in this way. They can be used for these symptom type causes. So if your awareness is on the symptom level and that's what you're aware of, that's okay, because by using the oils for your symptoms, they're going to address the root cause without you even needing to be aware of the root. So where I said a little while ago, in modern medicine approach, we don't typically ask why a symptom is showing up. Here we'll ask why. We don't need to have the why to support it, okay? That's really, really important, because sometimes we get so fixated on needing to find the why, and we already have the tools to move through it, right? And part of moving through it can be releasing that need to know why. And so that's what's big, and that's what the oils can help with too. And they can help with that. The reason why they can, you know, support that root cause without any of your awareness, like you literally are just sitting back, which we all need to do, right? Because our bodies, our physical bodies that we're in this lifetime are intelligent. They know what to do. So we need to give them intelligent tools that speak their language, and they're going to work out just fine. And the oils do that because the oils contain hundreds of different compounds. So they provide really complex and versatile abilities to combat these threats without building up resistance. So like I said, they're moving through the process rather than having this residual buildup. So you're going to see this little picture now. We're in the effective column still in the middle of the cell. You know, so we've got this yellow globby cell here, and we have this green glob on the outside that kind of looks like a booger. It's bacteria. When you have a bacterial infection, you get antibiotics, right, from modern medicine, and they work well. They kill off the bacteria, all good. That's great. There are oils and other natural solutions you can use to kill off that bacteria. You know, On Guard, which is an oil blend that we're going to talk about in a minute, right down here. Well, let's talk about it now. It's really great for bacterial things. It's also, rather than just going in and killing off the bacteria, its intention is to go in and provide an environment where bacteria dissipates. So we get into this like fluid thinking of if something's in our body and it's bad, we need to get it out. Sometimes the bad things that are in our body, they're produced by our body, most of them, right? Our body's creating it. So our body knows how to uncreate it. It knows how to let it ease and dissipate and go away. So On Guard's more with that intention, right? It's going in and it's saying, oh, you have something bacterial. Does this show up a lot in your body? Are there other areas where this bacterial thing might come back? Let's go in and be preventative, right? So let's go in and address the bacteria that's currently there, and let's also provide you an environment where it's less likely to show up again, right? You're going to have the tools that your body needs to kind of meet this head on. So On Guard is their protective blend by doTERRA. It has things like wild orange, clove, eucalyptus, let's see, lots of great things that are all about cleansing and protecting you against the environmental threats. So promoting a healthy immune response, right? Giving you that layer, that shield that you need so your body can do what it knows how to do. It's great for fighting odors and promoting a healthy complexion. So getting back to the cell image, if I had something bacterial go on, I'd think about On Guard and some other oils to help with that. Modern medicine is going to give you antibiotics. So a tool that also works in a different way, looking at the different approaches. What's in the cell there, that purple blob that looks almost like alien-esque, at least it reminds me of an alien or something on Cartoon Network, that is a virus, or they're using that to represent a virus in this little diagram. Right now, when you have a virus, if you go into a doctor, your responses are to go home and rest, right? Maybe you're suffering with insomnia or constipation, so they'll give you tools, medications to support those things, right? They're going to support the symptoms because they have nothing that can support that virus, that can go through the cell to the actual virus itself. Because the cell, our cells, they're really intelligent, and they're like, wait, synthetic, fake, unreal, you're not coming into me, right? This is life force vitality. I got really good boundaries. So our cells will never let a synthetic through. And so that's why modern medicine struggles with this aspect, because everything in modern medicine is synthetic. Because the only way to patent something, the only way to consume it as a medicine is, to consume that product to then create it as a medicine, is to make it synthetic, because we can't patent plants, right? So that's where someone can go in and do what doTERRA is doing. Someone could go to all these places and create these relationships. The thing is, it's going to take time, right? Because relationships take time. And it also takes a very special structure. And that's what doTERRA has done, is they've created this very special structure where they can work with people in this way. And they can have faith outside of a legal patent system that their products are going to sustain and that they have a way to allow them to sustain. So that's beauty. That's a tangent. Back to the virus in this little cell, the little purple blob. It is something that the oils can actually get to, because the oils can penetrate cells. So that's where you see these squiggly lines, and it actually says on the sheet, essential oils pass through the cell membrane. So really, really beautiful. The oils are working with the body to address issues and root causes on a cellular level. That's huge. So they are effective, they are natural, they are effective, and they are safe. doTERRA sets a new standard for purity with CPTG. And what that stands for is certified pure therapeutic grade. And doTERRA sets this new standard for purity with their certified pure therapeutic grade in response to the unregulated essential oil standards that limit usage and benefits. So they looked at the market and what was out there and saw that there was no standard. And so rather than going out there and trying to change what was there, being like, oh, there's no standard, I'm going to, talk to these people, petition this, do this to get a standard. They're like, whatever, we're making our own standard. So that's the beautiful thing about this company is they do what they need to do, and they're never stuck on anything or allowing someone to say no to them, right? They go and do their own thing. So it's like, okay, cool. At grocery stores, you want to allow 100% pure to be marketed that way, even when it's 3%, if that. Go for it. We're going to set our own standards so that we can educate people and we can support people in having tools that are actually of the quality that they think they're buying. And we're going to be honest about it. So that's where this comes from. And if you're curious about this, still a little hesitant on like why doTERRA versus other oils, we can talk more about this, because there is, when you look at these grades of essential oils that they have here, there are synthetic oils out on the market. That's mostly what you'll run into if you're buying them from Whole Foods or a gas station or Walmart. They're going to be synthetic. Maybe you'll get food ones, potentially, but really you're probably going to be buying synthetic or therapeutic. And therapeutic is where you get, dangerous, because therapeutic you think is safe. It's integrative medicine. It's not at all. It's really unregulated, and that's where it can be really misleading. And that's where you can get into some of these situations of misusing oils or using an oil thinking it's 100% pure, but really there's a filler in there or something else mixed with it. And that changes everything about the oil, and because it changes how it communicates with your cells and how it's going to do that baseline healing. So that's where it's really important to know what you're putting into your body. So doTERRA's, their certified pure therapeutic grade, some of the things that kind of instilled and meant for them, like the foundation, they were like, all right, we're building our own. This is what we're putting into place. This is what we want to be the quality standard. Their plants are harvested in their natural habitat. They're beyond organic. They're verified pure, free of fillers, pesticides, and foreign contaminants. And the reason where we say they're verified pure and free of these fillers, pesticides, and foreign contaminants, and like any pesticides of any kind, is because of the rigorous testing they go through. And doTERRA is very open about that testing. You can actually look up the testing report of your bottle, of that batch in particular, so you can see the chemical profile of the oil batch that you have in your home. So it's there. If you're interested in this and you have more questions, like, I love it. Write the questions down and let's talk about it, right? Let's have open dialogue. Let's have honest communication. So I already got into it, but the stringent third-party testing of every batch to ensure powerful benefits without harmful side effects. And the oil they have here on the bottom of the page is probably the most important oil. If you're going to start with one oil at all, like just want to start with one to keep it simple, frankincense is what you want to start with, because frankincense supports healthy cellular function. Right there. It's an oil that's created for the ultimate goal, right? So all these other oils can be really great with some of the other things that can come on top of our cellular health, those layers that can build on top. Frankincense is going to go right into the cell, and it's going to support with that cellular level. It also crosses through the brain-blood barrier. So genius. really genius stuff there, right? It can shift a lot of things. It can lift your mood and awareness. It can calm stress and tension. It can promote feelings of relaxation. It can soothe cuts and bites. Frankincense, I like to call Frankie Boy. So if you want more about Frankie Boy, write that down. Frankie Boy is the holy oil. It is the most powerful oil, the most potent, and the softest. So let that duality kind of cross over in your head. The most powerful and the softest oil. It's truly amazing. So using these oils, like frankincense, how would I use frankincense? There are 3 ways, and this is, I don't know how the column's showing up for you, but in one of the side columns, we're going to go through. The first way to use this oil, or any of the oils, is aromatically, which is a fancy word for breathing it in. So you can breathe it in like I showed you before in your hands, or you can breathe it in using a diffuser. And you would want to use the oils aromatically if you're looking to open your airways, breathe. If you're looking to boost your mood or shift your mood at all, because, think about it, right here is where our brain is. So we're breathing in and it's going right into our brain, into the region that affects our mood and also memories. So that's where the oils can also be powerful. You can also use them aromatically to freshen the air, right? To purify the air. The second way to use the oils is topical. You can see the little baby's foot there. They love oils. You can apply them to the bottoms of your feet or to the affected areas on your body to target, your specific needs. So something like frankincense, I might put on the back of my neck to get it into my spine. That's one that I'll actually drop right in my mouth. So moving on to the third way to use them is internal. And this is, I only use doTERRA oils internally, and I only recommend that, only CPTG oils. So when you use them internally, you can drop them in water using glass, or, you never want to use plastic. Or you can drop the oil under your tongue or into a gel capsule. doTERRA sells these empty capsules you can buy to create your own supplements. And you can use that to support your mouth, your throat, your digestive system, and just overall health. You can really use them internally in any way. And people always ask, they're like, okay, I have this going on. What oil do I need to use and how do I use it? And I turn back to them and I say, how do you want to use it? What feels good to you? That's it. It really is. And that is the dialogue we'll have. But I want you to initially be clear about what it is you want. And as I'm sharing this, aromatic, topical, internal, which way speaks to you? And the beauty is these uses, I use the oil in all of these ways. And many times when I use one drop of oil, I use it in all 3 of these ways. That's possible. Or 2 of them, at least. But that's the beauty. So from one drop that could be, 8 cents or, a few cents, I'm getting more than one use out of it, which is really, really awesome. On these pages here, they have simple solutions for healthy living. So it's showing some of the oils. It's also showing some of the products. So you have Breathe here, which is a blend by doTERRA, which I didn't really describe blends well. doTERRA has individual oils like lavender and peppermint and lemon and oregano. And those are 100% plant material. So in this lavender bottle, it's 100% lavender. They also have blends, like the Breathe blend or On Guard, like we talked about earlier. And in those blends, in those bottles, excuse me, it's still 100% pure oil, essential oil. It's just several different oils. You know what I mean? So they're taking this straight lavender and mixing it with straight peppermint or straight cedar wood. They're not using fillers. So a blend does not mean that it has a carrier oil in it. It just means that it's a blend of several different essential oils. And there are a few blends that have carrier oils in them. They're labeled and everything is very clearly labeled. And just while we're talking about labels, and we just talked about internal use, when you use them internally, there are food labels on doTERRA's bottles to tell you that you can use it internally. No food label, no internal use. So very simple when it comes to that, and there's only a few that you're unable to take internally. So Breathe is a blend that's great for minimizing seasonal threats, maintaining feelings of easy breathing and clear airways. It's the respiratory blend. lemon sassy. This is the metabolic blend. So this can be great for healthy weight management. It promotes a healthy metabolism, manages sugar cravings and hunger. So this can work on both spectrums. You know, if you're looking to balance it out in the way where you overeat, or if in the way that you undereat. So a great tool for many. On Guard is the blend we talked about earlier for immune function, the protective blend. It is great for diffusing or cleaning the air. It's also great to have on hand as a cleaner. So here you can see in the pictures, they have an On Guard whitening toothpaste. And that bottle that says On Guard is their refill for the foaming hand wash. So right away you're seeing you can get these oil uses integrated into your life. You know, so toothpaste in the morning, you're using On Guard oil. Anytime you wash your hands, you can breathe in and get an aromatic experience, right? And you can teach your kids to do that, or anyone else in your home. Lemon is really great. It naturally cleanses the body. It's great for detoxing. It can also clean surfaces and neutralize odors, and it can soothe irritated throat. Now, right here, I want to give you a few minutes where you can write down some of your health priorities. So if you haven't already, maybe you've been thinking about them as we've been talking, but write down some of your top health priorities, your 3 top health priorities. You can write down others if they come up. If you're unable to think of any for yourself, think of some for your loved ones and just jot those down. And then, like we did earlier a little bit, I want you to think about why they're a priority for you. The time, the money, the energy maybe that they're costing you now, or that they can. And what would it be like for you if that changed? What would that mean for your life, right? Like, how would your life change? Would it at all, or would it stay the same? And I'm going to point out real quick doTERRA's wellness lifestyle pyramid. So this is another great place just to take kind of account of your life and where you're at. So you can do this here on the paper, on this worksheet if you have it, or on your piece of paper. Just write out, like, eating right. What are you 1 through 10 in each of these areas? Because this gives a really clear indication of where the focus needs to be placed, and it will help our work progress really quickly together. So 1 through 10 for eating right, exercise, rest and manage stress, reduce toxic load, informed self-care, and proactive medical care. And here in this next page, you can see some more of doTERRA's products. They have Deep Blue, which they're showing here in the rub, in that lotion bottle, and also in the small bottle, the oil form. And Deep Blue is really great for pre or post workout. It's amazing on the lower back muscles and really good for any type of tension. It's the soothing blend. It's also really great for bruising or things like that. So just think of places where things kind of hold and contract. I like to call it a non-toxic, kind of like icy hot type of thing, because it gives you that sensation, at least the rub does. So very nice, very releasing for your body, for tension. Then you can see next here they have Serenity, which is their calming, restful blend. It's great to diffuse to promote relaxation. It's great for a restful night's sleep, really allowing that environment to settle for yourself. It can lessen feelings of tension and calm your emotions. And it's really good for diffusing to help decrease stress. So Serenity is amazing. Terrazyme is great. It's a supplement that doTERRA has underneath their digestive supplement category. And Terrazyme is something that I take in the morning before I eat a meal. It supports healthy enzyme production for a normal digestive process. So it's setting a layer for everything else that I consume the rest of the day. It also kind of tells my body to activate, to start working, to wake up. So it's going to promote nutrient absorption. It's going to speed conversion of food nutrients to cellular health. So really, really great stuff. They also have here Digest Zen, which they have in oil form. How they're showing it here is in their soft gel, which is really easy use, you know. So the oil is already in this little soft gel. You don't smell it. You don't taste it. You just take the soft gel and you receive the benefits, the support of maintaining the healthy gastrointestinal tract, help reduce bloating or gas or occasional indigestion. So you could see where maybe having some digestion soft gels in your purse would be helpful. It can ease feelings of queasiness as well. And down on the bottom here, they have their their blend Aroma Touch, which is like their massage blend. So it's really nice for comforting and relaxing, for enhancing massage, or promoting feelings of relaxation and lessening tension. And then you can see here on the bottom, they have their Lifelong Vitality Pack, the LLV, which is their #1 selling product. So an essential oil company, and their #1 selling product is supplements. Here you can see it has 3 supplements. It also has a 30-day money-back guarantee. So really great thing to try out. I take these supplements daily, and I am someone who struggled with even swallowing pills. And that all changed literally because from taking these, my body felt it. And my body was like, okay, we can do this. And now it's easy. I can take them all at once. It's very comfortable. And again, it just feels good. And I felt the difference in this physical body as far as energy and my sleep health, but also as far as mental health. It's really changed things. And that is powerful right there, because a lot of it's treating cellular. It's treating these things that we might forget about on a daily basis, or we might try to consume things to support, yet we're consuming one element of, these vitamins they're packed. They have everything you need. There's a lot of research that went into them. And I can share more about that easily. I could go on and on about these vitamins, because trust me, someone who, me, believed you never needed to take any pills in your life, right? You can get everything from other things. So anti-medication and even supplements in any form, because I thought it was just a craze. It's a hype. And then I did my research, right? And I did my research before doTERRA on other supplements, and none of them really checked out for me. And then when doTERRA supplements came along, I was like, yeah, whatever. Finally, I was like, all right, I'll look into it. I looked into it, did tons of research. Then I tried them, and I felt it. And so I did even more research, because I was like, wait, what? It was awesome. So it's a cool thing, and it's something I can definitely share more about if you're interested. So from what I've just shared briefly about some of the oils, write down some of the products you think that would meet your needs, or some of the natural solutions that will meet your needs. And again, really just writing down what it is that you're looking for is going to help me then with you communicate and figure out exactly what's going to be best. And I'm going to close right now on this. I have another video that's called doTERRA's Enrollment Packages that will share more about how you can get these oils into your home and have them right there so you can experience these tools and this whole body health. Because I want you to live a long, healthy life of vitality, right? I want you to experience what it is you want to experience in this lifetime. And I want it to be magnificent and easeful and without doubt, really, So I never want you to get to a point in your life where you look back and you're like, wow, I could have done so much more for myself, or I feel so crappy now, The knowledge is here. The tools are here for you to sustain your health for longer and to feel better, throughout the day and throughout your life. So let's work together and allow that for you, because you definitely deserve it and it's here for you. So check out the enrollment video and then reach out to me and let's talk more. Right when you click off this, take a picture of that sheet you've been writing on and text it to me or email it to me at saralawyermagic@gmail.com. So Sara, S-A-R-A, Lawyer, L-A-W-Y-E-R, and Magic, M-A-G-I-C, @gmail.com. And let me see what you took away from this class, from this experience, what whole body health looks like for you, and where you're needing those elements of support. And we'll find the tools that fit you best. It's been such an honor sharing with you, and I'm so excited to start this journey, this adventure with you to vitality and amplifying your life force. Lots of love and light, and I'll talk to you very soon.